Alright folks, what's up? So this is my weekly vlog. As you see, I'm doing this one at night. There is a reason I'm doing it now. I have some time before people come home. I may get a little bit louder than I want. I don't want people really overhearing what I have to say. My door is closed. I got my fan on to help keep me cool, which is why I'm using my headset, because this filters out the fan as opposed to my uh, camera that wouldn't. Um, so I had something happen this past Friday. And uncle and family, I believe it was my mother-in-law's husband's brother, um, has been coming over and even staying here for 2 weeks now. And actually this weekend is I think starting this past Sunday, maybe even today, is the first day he hasn't been over at all in 2 weeks. He approached me on Friday and he said something to me and it really hurt. I'll give him credit in that he's partially right, but his judgments of me were way off. And I'm going to explain why. First of all, he basically called me worthless. You don't do anything. You don't have any skills or abilities. You're a drain on this family. He's basing that judgment off the past 2 weeks. Um, Possibly what some people were saying. I would not put it past my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law to say a few things when they're drunk or they're upset, but I'm going to get into that. Um, he said, you need to move. You need to go. Joy's not here anymore, my wife. And you don't belong here anymore. Now, sadly, this is very typical of Hawaiian viewpoints. Believe it or not, there are a lot of Hawaiian people out there who are very racist. And it's a lot of holdover from the fact that their nation was turned into a state. Their country was annexed into the United States. And a lot of that still holds over today, especially in the older generations. The term haole, which usually in technical terms means foreigner, has become a very nasty slang term for people who do not live here, who are not born and raised here, and who are not of X amount of Hawaiian blood even. Um, Now, at the time that he said this, I had been in a very long depression, as you guys know. I went a very long time with videos. I didn't do any work in the yard. I basically sat around and stuffed my face with tons of fast food and stuff I shouldn't have eaten. And I put weight on, and not an insignificant amount. And I basically zeroed out any progress I had made the 5 months prior, because it's much easier to put on weight than it is to take off weight. It's much easier to spend money than it is to save money. So I really kind of self-destructed for the past couple months. And I talked about that before. And he was basing his judgment off the 2 weeks that he had been here, not the 5 months prior or 6 months prior, where I was out in that yard every day working my ass off to cut a 2-acre plot of land with nothing but a weed eater that was not designed to be a workhorse like that. He is not here when I was active every day for a couple hours at least every day, when I was walking and becoming healthy and losing weight and eating healthy and being positive and trying to help the family more. Um, and as I said, what it was me starting to feel the effects of the loss of my wife. Even though 7 months ago I hadn't dealt with it. I buried it under work. I buried it under being online, playing games, talking with people that I'd met, friends, and basically just not dealing with it. I did cry, I did miss her, I did hurt, and things did get to me, but I never truly came to terms with her loss. I never fully accepted it until recently. Recently, because I've had this breakdown, uh, of sorts. It's not a full-on breakdown, but because I have this breakdown, it's become, there's a fly, sorry, it's become easier. There's a big weight that's come off my chest. Unfortunately, not the weight I want to off my chest, and the rest of my body for that matter, but emotionally. I'm feeling a lot more stable and a lot stronger now. And what that uncle said to me was a catalyst for me doing that. So I'll give him a little bit of credit in that respect. And he was right. I wasn't doing anything for the family at the time, and I was being a bit of a drain. But I don't think he fully understands the gravity of everything for him. First of all, he said, well, you left the car to them. You no more responsibility for it. Um, First off, I don't know how he learned about the car, but it's none of his business. Second of all, where I'm going to leave the car to them, it is not left to them. I can't leave it to them until it's paid for. The car and the loan are, I believe the car is still in my wife's name, but the loan for the car is in my name. And until it's paid off, I cannot, while the car is actually in the bank's name, I'm not even sure who's on the registration, but I cannot put my mother-in-law's name on it until the car is paid for, which is another year and a half away. And I don't want to leave because I don't want to saddle my mother-in-law with the full responsibility of paying for the car. For one. For two, and the biggest reason that I feel, is that is my wife's car. She put down the 5, 6, 7, however much we put down for it, dollars, to get this car. That's her legacy. And I want to see it finished. I want to be here and at least drive the car once after it's paid for. After that, whatever happens, happens. I don't think he knew that. That car runs close to $500 a month between the payment for the car itself and the insurance for the car. My mother-in-law splits the bill with me. Now, my sister-in-law says, well, we'll have to pick up that part. Number one, they're already paying for their own car. Number two, their car commonly falls behind in payments because they don't pay on time. They don't pay for the car on time. They don't often pay their share of the bills on time, if at all at times, because they go out and they buy beer. They buy stuff to eat instead of coming home to eat. They do and buy all of this stuff. They go on trips to Hana. They go on trips to hotels. They do all these things that they really just shouldn't be doing. And they don't pay for anything. And if that happens to my mother-in-law, if they don't pay for the car, I don't think she's going to be able to keep everything afloat by herself. That's another reason I don't want to leave. Sadly, I think some people just came home, but I'm going to continue talking and just do a little quieter. But on top of all that, it's none of his business, my arrangements with my mother-in-law about the car. It's not. Nothing is. I haven't been a drain on the family until recently. I've been working hard. And on top of that, I only use the bathroom to shower, and occasionally, if it's cold enough out, or I'm sore enough, I'll go pee in the inside bathroom. I have my own bathroom that's outside, actually. As crazy as that sounds, I've gotten to the point long ago that I prefer it, rather than do the bathroom in the house, even though there's far less people here than there used to be. So I don't use the bathroom in the house, except to shower and occasionally pee. I don't eat with the family. Sometimes my mother-in-law makes something and she makes a little container for me and leaves on the counter with my name on it. And it's great. I love it when she does that. But other than that, I have my own food. I eat separately from the rest of the family. And I have no issues with that either. So I'm not draining food. I'm not draining very much in the terms of utility, except for electric. The most I run for electric is my computer, my TV, which draws less than any TV they use by far. Because they still have older tube TVs. I have a LCD, brand new, it's only a few months old, TV. So I run my computer, my TV, um, my modem is here, and I occasionally run a fan. During the summer, I'll be running the second fan from time to time when it gets hot enough. That's it. Now, that is a bit of a drain in itself, but it's really not that much. A computer, a TV, a fan, and a modem. That's it. There's the phone as well, but they use the phone. I hardly ever use this phone, the house phone, even though it's in my name. I use my cell phone. So that's what I'm draining on a little bit. Oh, and the washing machine. I do laundry. I do laundry maybe once a week, once every other week, to the amount of 2 to 4 loads a week, a time rather. So there is that. But even then, that's only twice a month, 3 times a month at most. So it's not a huge draw, but it is something. I gotta give that. But I do everything I can to minimize the footprint that I do in terms of what I use and what I do. Um, but anyways, sidetracking off that for a sec. When he said this, I was already very hurt and upset, and it really devastated me. I just kind of sat down, and I cried for a while because I felt that that was going to be the view of everyone, that the reason he came and said something to me is because everyone else felt that way, and they just didn't want to tell me because they were afraid of my reaction. I approached my mother-in-law about it, and I went to talk to her about it, and she said, no, if I had a problem with you, I would come and tell you. It's damn flies, especially at night. If I had a problem with you, I'd come and tell you. Yes, you have been depressed lately, and yes, you haven't been doing that much, but we understand you're having a hard time, and so we've just been giving you your space, and that it wasn't his place to do that, and that if he does it again, that I'm to tell him, go to her and talk to her. Okay? So that helped me a little bit, but I can't help but have something in my head. It's the light that's drawing him because I have my room dark right now, so it's drawn to the light of the TV. Believe it or not, yes, it is. Get out of here. Oh yeah. My mother-in-law is known for saying things that are bothering her to someone, and then smiling into the face of the person that she said it about. Now, a lot of people can relate to this, but my mother-in-law is just that particular type that she could actually be feeling that way, and she may just be waiting to what she feels is her year obligation to pass. Because after my wife passed away and I sat down and talked with her, she said, we will see it in a year. You are a family. We will see in a year. So I can't help but still be somewhat nervous. But at least I know that for the moment, my position is still stable. As stable as can be. But that uncle has really upset me and has lost a lot of my respect and all of my trust. And I really want to talk to him, not confront him. There's a difference between confront and talk. I want to talk to him, and I will unfortunately get confrontational about one particular thing. I'm going to let you know here. First off, I'm going to tell him that his judgment is based off the past 2 weeks that he was here, not the 5 months prior, that he doesn't know what I've been doing, and he doesn't know what I've done, and that he's only seen me because I became immensely depressed and was finally being hit by the loss of my wife, something that I'd never accepted before. That I did go out there into the yard nearly every day and weed eat and get myself covered in grass, sweating and hurting, but I still did it. and nobody else was at the time for 5 months, 6 months. Um, and that was my contribution every day. Um, I may not have the skills to fix a bathroom floor, which need to be fixed. I may not have the skills to build a chicken coop. I may not have the skills to wire a house, but I do what I can with what I'm able to do. Second of all, there's a lot of stuff in this house that is used by the family every day that I got for the house. The vacuum that's here, my $300 Shark, is the family vacuum now. The phone that they use is in my name. I got it for them. The can opener that's in there, it's a fairly expensive can opener. The rice cooker, the refrigerator that's in the kitchen, the microwave that's in the kitchen, the rice, I think I said the rice cooker they use every day, the toaster that's in there, although it's not really used, they ask for it. I got all that stuff for this house. I bought all of it for this house. Just recently, I got my mother-in-law a brand new blanket to try and help keep her warm at night. A very lightweight but very warm style of blanket, similar to what my wife used every night to help keep herself warm. How dare he call me a drain? If I wasn't as upset as I was, I probably would have snapped at him. And when he brought up my wife's name and said, Joy's not here anymore, you need to go, you don't belong here. If I was in even a neutral mood, if I was in a good mood, I would have snapped. How dare you bring up my wife's name like that against me? How dare you use her name against me and bring her up and disrespect her and her marriage to me? That was my wife for 15 years. You do not ever do that again. And I am going to tell him that. I will tell him much more politely than I am talking right now. That was my wife for 15 years. And that if you ever bring up her name like that again, against me, or around me, or I find out about it, you and I are going to have some serious words. Maybe more if you want to push it. I'm not going to disrespect my wife like that. I know if Joy was here and she had heard that, she would have slapped him for that. She would have slapped him hard. She would have gone off on him for saying that, for being like that. So yeah, that was my big thing this weekend. The rest of the week, not really much had happened. Just regular standard stuff. I did go out and weed eat yesterday. I did the backyard of the yard, which is overgrowing. I was going to go back out again today, but my right arm, particularly my shoulder and my elbow, even after taking some ibuprofen, just fucking sore from not holding the weed eater and using it like that for such a long time already. So I gave myself a day to relax, and it really didn't hurt anything that much because it rained today anyways. Although I could have gotten some done before it rained. And I am going to go back out tomorrow, regardless of the weather, unless it's already raining or downpouring when I get up. I've been working to shift my schedule, my sleeping schedule. I've been going to bed at like 5, 6, 7 in the morning, getting up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, I'm shifting that back to trying to make it the latest I get up is 11. The absolute possible latest that I get up is 11:30, but I'm trying to make it 11, even trying to push it back to 10:30, which is when I used to get up. I used to get up between 9:30 and 10:30. I like getting up around 10:30 in the morning. So I'm trying to push myself to getting up at 10:30. And that way, when I get up, I can sit down, start an upload, do my recording for the next day, go outside, weed eat, or inside what I do. I was supposed to clean my room today, but I didn't. I ended up spending time with a friend online because he's going back to work. So I'm going to have the next 3 days that he's working, because he's supposed to be going on a 3 on, 3 off schedule. I'm going to have the next 3 days to be doing whatever I want in terms of cleaning and whatnot. So I'm going to weed eat tomorrow, and I'm even going to try and straighten up my room later in the day. I'm going to try and get that done as well. But other than that, not a lot's going on. That's actually quite a bit, and it kind of all happened at the same time. I think I want to confront him. I want to reach into my shirt here and pull this out. This is my wife's wedding ring. Again, if anyone remembers a vlog or a game or something that I know I mentioned, my ring disappeared. No idea what happened to it. I tore this room apart looking for it. I tore the bathroom apart looking for it, which is the only 2 places it could have been. And I couldn't find it. So this is my wife's wedding ring. It's actually tungsten engraved with Celtic designs. My wife has always been big on Celtic. And I haven't stopped wearing this. And I have no intention of ever not wearing this. I've been wearing it for 7 months straight. For the first month, I would take it off to shower, and I would take it off to go to sleep. But a couple times after showering, I left it in the bathroom. And after the second time of doing that, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm just not taking this off ever again. And for the past 6 months after that, I haven't taken that ring off. I wear it every day, all day, night, when I'm sleeping, in the shower. I don't care. I wear it all the time. And I have no intention right now, and none that I can think of in the future, of ever taking this ring off my neck, ever. So I'd like to make that abundantly clear when I pull out, if I talk to him. Things we'll see. You had to come back, didn't you, Fly? But yeah, I wasn't in a good place when he talked to me. I'll give him credit for it. Helped light a bit of a fire under my ass, but still, it's a lot more damning than it was good, and I'm going to make sure that he knows that. Because I spent a lot of time here being quiet, biding my time, standing on the side, not saying anything, not doing anything, and not even defending myself because of the repercussions that it could mean for my wife if I did. Well, now it's just me. And I'm not going to let people walk on me. I'm not going to let people step on me. I'm not going to let people I've whacked him a couple times. I don't like killing anything, including insects, if I can help it. But he's going to end up being bald in my fist at some point. But yeah, we're approaching 25 minutes, so I need to end this soon. But that's the foremost thing that's on my mind right now. It's still on my mind. It still upsets me. It still angers me. It still makes me feel like I want to be angrier than I should be about it. I'm trying to be understanding of his position and where he's coming from, but even in understanding his position and where he's coming from, he had no right to interfere like that. He had none at all. His intentions may have been in the right place, but everything else was wrong about that. So, something for me to keep in mind. Anyways, believe it or not, I'm actually feeling tired right now. I didn't sleep very well. It's not that I didn't get enough sleep. I just didn't sleep well. Last night was a bad night for me. So I'm just going to end the video here as we approach the 25 minute mark. So that's going to be all for this time, folks. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me babble on for the past 25, now going on 26 minutes. And until next time, this is One Big Bug, and I'll be signing out. I'll see you.